checkers and pleasers. Welcome to Checkpoint, the show where we discuss and discern previous events of the most recent episodes. Now we are starting with episode 15, Welcome Home. So episode 15 started out with Louis being in the Feather and Lace brothel, talking to Clara. Scandalous. I know. Conversations.
And Clara does not like Louis. Doesn't flirt with Louis, right?
Right?
No, not one bit.
Why would she?
Why would she?
Why would she?
She's just a girl.
She's
a girl.
just really friendly.
Just a stupid girl.
I didn't call her stupid.
I did.
She is a stupid girl.
She's my character. I
Let's
can
be
call her
real.
whatever I want.
Oh my god. Jesus.
She's my property.
Damn.
Beardy,
I'm just
Correct
over here trying to
yourself.
get canceled. Don't worry.
correct yourself,
What?
please.
I'm.
She's a
making
construct.
A funny. She is a construct of my mind.
I don't
An
want to be
NPC
here.
that I have fashioned out
I
of
mean,
the
she could
ether.
be a construct in universe too.
It's
We don't know.
True. She could be a vet. That'd be pretty great.
That would be amazing.
I'm gonna kill
Would
myself.
actually make sense.
But anyway, continue, please.
She proceeded to badmouth every party member other than Valentino. Valentino's cool.
Mhm.
What was that about?
I really like then when Louis was like, hey, what were you and Bastion talking about? She was like, man, he flirts with anything that breathes. And Louis over here like, that does not answer the question. What the fuck?
He was flirting with Clara. That's what she was saying.
Yeah, but that wasn't his question.
Well, what were you talking about? And the answer was he was flirting with me.
Yeah.
Is that not an answer to the
She
question?
just presented it in a very weird way that sounded like she was just trying to change the subject. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh,
fair.
it's an implication statement.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Into implicative statement.
But yeah, Valentino's
vet would
cool,
do.
apparently. So that's cool. Unless he's a vet too, and that's why the vets are together.
That's fine. They're all cool too.
Nah, they skinwalkers.
If two vets fall in love, is it a Lovette? I'm just asking the questions
That's vet
because we
love.
need
No, Levette had no love. That was like Levette's struggle the entire time. Was,
They are
Yeah.
her love.
It's true.
Is that why they're tearing people's skin off?
She loved to do that too. All right, don't judge.
You're
Allegedly.
right. That was very
Allegedly.
Moira.
Her hobbies.
Also, allegedly staring people's skins off. Okay.
True.
Right.
These are
Fair.
all just scandalous and vicious rumors.
I mean, we've learned that tabloids are the truth today.
Yeah, that's
so
true. Oh yeah, I wonder how much of that shit was in the tabloids. All right, I'm gonna have us ourselves.
Oh, a lot. Yeah. No, it's
Okay.
mostly garbage. Yeah.
All right, so that conversation happened. Louis went off to go talk to Bastion, which apparently happened to just be in the main room, even though he wasn't there when he first walked in. It's fine. And spoke to Lena and Bastion, and they were both kind of little sus bitches. Mostly Bastion. Bastion's mostly a little sus bitch.
a sussy bitch.
Sussy bitch.
I love him though.
He loves everyone. He's best teammate.
Then why
he
won't
just
he
wants
flirt?
to be useful.
He's just
He is
useful.
useful.
He's an assistant.
He's a great
That's what he's
assistant.
best
He's
at.
competent.
He is competent.
He was given a promotion. I gave him a promotion.
Nice.
That was very cute, though. Well, that was a while ago.
What do you get it
That was a
promoted
while
to?
ago.
Senior assistant?
Partner,
Executive assistant.
like a law firm. Yeah.
So
Dots. They're like, when do I get promoted?
Louis and Bastion went off on a walk after they had their conversation and talked a little bit of a heart-to-heart. Any thoughts about that conversation at all?
Many.
Oh, right. Well, first of all, there
Now's
was
the time.
portion-
Go for it.
No, I was thinking, is this including the portion where Louis is like, I'm forced to be here?
Yes. This is that entire Bastion walk conversation includes that.
What a bitch.
Wow.
Which one, Louis?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Could you sleep?
Woo!
No, he's forced to be here. It's all our faults.
Well, I mean, this is skipping forward, but Detlef did say that there's no coincidences. So if we take that, to be the absolute truth, then perhaps Louis is forced to be here.
But also, how dare people not trust him completely?
I mean,
What else?
Louis said that Bastion didn't have to trust him completely at all. He just wanted to be let in a little bit just to
Yeah, which is fair.
understand.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't expect
Because, like,
anyone to trust
yeah.
him 100%.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the last person he trusted stabbed him in the liver.
Well, those are rose-colored
Kidney.
glasses, though.
Kidney.
Yeah, kidney. That's true. That's true.
I can't assume that. Actually, I guess Bro would know probably the locations of.
Yeah, he does seem
different
to know anatomy, as he said, this session.
He knows anatomy real well.
I
Said
just
a
want to
couple
know
times.
what kind of anatomy.
Sexual
We'll
Anatomy's
find out.
important. What bits are what go where? How things work.
Mm-hmm.
Human anatomy?
Probably
Typically, yeah.
human, yeah.
Like
Mortal.
different species have different humanoids have significantly different anatomy.
Not significantly enough, but he does know where to stab an elf versus where to stab a human.
But
It's slightly different.
Yeah, their pancreas is more sensitive.
they made their way to the cod, got some letters, one from Clara and one from probably A of the Circle.
Right, and we now know Louis'
Last name, yes, which is Freeman.
officially.
F-R-A-E-M-U-N. Freeman.
Frey Moon.
Mm-hmm. And I am anxiously awaiting for the moment when the rest of the characters know, so that Zulin can call him with his fucking G-man voice, Mr. Freeman.
But it was a pretty simple instance of speaking on how he needs to look harder, or I suppose it was talking about the entire party in the letter, which you need to look harder to find me or whatever.
Also, this fucking killer always only writes anything in blood.
Well, he
It's getting
didn't write
insane.
Xander's little thing in blood.
Didn't-
It had
oh.
blood on the edges.
Okay, I
Yep.
thought it was written in blood too. I was ready for the next letter we get to just be, please send ink.
This has been the whole thing. He needs to get
It's
bodies
Donnie!
taken blood to write.
I've just been writing a novel.
Like- It's like I have this this chronomancy weird body magic, but I don't have the money to buy ink. But
We
no
all
one
got-
wants the chronomancy.
We all got weaknesses, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody
Mine
has
is
access
budgeting.
to... Budgeting is hard.
I mean, you buy a knife once.
We are
You-
having
yeah.
a technical issue.
Who?
That's fine. We'll just go here for now until Shane comes back. I think there was a
Okay.
crash. Nonetheless, we'll keep talking.
So, you buy a knife once, you have to keep buying ink.
Hmm. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
That's definitely the motive. I swear to God, if that turned out to be it, Beardy, I would fucking kill you.
Hey,
It
how
was
much
just-
is a pint of blood versus a pint of ink?
I mean, a pint of blood is free.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's so many pints of blood in people, like it's crazy.
You can't stab someone and get ink. Well, I mean, you can.
Yeah.
I mean,
We're talking
you
about
could
right
stab
now.
an octopus and get ink,
Yeah. The killer should have just found an octopus and they would have been fine.
right? Then everybody would have been fine.
oh yeah, that's it. Well, after discovering Louis' last name and having a letter from the killer, we switched the camera over to the graveyard scene where old man is digging up a body and he gets to the bottom
It's not that
and
old.
he's 40, I guess. It's just his limp makes him older in my brain for some reason.
Yeah.
Because he had a cane and my brain's like, oh, he's an old man. Got it.
friend
He's
Lombardo.
a middle-aged man that has suffered a serious leg
I
injury.
thought middle-aged was like 50.
40s, 50s. Yeah.
Depends on how all of you eat.
I mean,
Whether or not you
don't people
believe in
like?
vegetables.
Yeah. Whether or not you believe honey is meat.
Really.
God, God, I bless his heart, bless his goddamn heart.
How very vegan of you.
But he gets to the bottom of the hole and there's no body, and Xander, during that dig scene, went to check the grave that he was originally working on earlier, found how old the grave was, came back, and, y'all started casting spells or what have you, and started to interrogate the old, middle-aged 40-year-old, I don't know. Any thoughts of that scene?
Of we know you did it?
Yeah, you
or the cursing in part.
just in general, that whatever your thoughts were of that moment.
Yeah, there's plenty of good parts in that.
Yeah, there's yeah.
My personal favorite was the, what was it? Are you gonna say it or am I gonna say it?
Yeah, that me too.
Number
I was
one.
just like, I know what we're all thinking here. You did it. I didn't do it. Definitely was you. You're the killer.
Oh.
Very good,
that's how it
very
went.
good. And then, anything else that stood out to you guys in that moment?
No, I forget. What
I mean-
did Xander do?
Xander cursing of the dude was fucking badass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
Yeah.
cursed him
very
so
cool.
that, he could fail a save or something, I think is what it essentially could do.
I assume he cursed him so that he would just continually shit his pants until he told the truth.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. So, nonetheless, that happened.
So, are we taking any bets on if Lombardo is going to be dead next time we see him?
Oh, I'm betting he's gonna be fucking dead. Was that the guy's name, Lombardo?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Why is he gonna be dead?
the gravekeeper, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
think he's gonna be dead.
Oh yeah, he's fucking
Lombardo's.
He's already dead. Fucking doomed.
He's
that
already
guy.
in his grave.
We're gonna
He's in
find him in
someone's
bad
grave.
shape.
I mean, he dug it, so really it's his graves.
Okay, fair.
Nonetheless, I did think that whole thing was really awesome. I thought Xander's intuitiveness was just so good to listen to since I wasn't there. It was tasty. Eventually, Louis and Bastion joined at the end of that interrogation where you got information on the drop-off point, which we found out was where we saw that, cut-up body in the morning. So we know that location through and through at this point. But nonetheless, we kind of joined up and started to have a bit of a circular conversation with Stavik about, what he does know about Owen and if he was withholding any information, stuff like that. It went around quite a bit, but was there anything that we gathered from that portion? You're killing me, Smalls. Is there anything from that episode y'all want to talk about? Go ahead.
Well, first of all, we did learn about the. Obviously, we finally figured out that he was sending the bodies.
Mhm.
So that was a good revelation.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm trying to think what else we gathered. Oh, there we go.
There we go. What else?
That the bodies weren't necessarily dug out, that they were just poofed out of the graves. He didn't have to dig them out, at least most of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
At
he was
least that
just
would-
giving. He was just giving the details, of where each one was,
He's
and
just
then it's
he's just an
being
Oread
magicked
who
out.
has Earth Glide. He just goes down, puts them in his bag of holding, and comes out easy peasy.
That has to
It's
be
like
it.
Santa Claus for corpses.
Oh no!
Is that how that works?
Santa corpse.
No. I hate it.
I mean, he does have a
Thanks.
bag of holding.
Yep.
It's the Tooth Fairy, but
Oh.
just the all bones fairy.
Does that mean that Stavik got Cole for being really bad, and that's why he's just Onyx from head to toe?
Mm. You are naughty.
Buried with Cole, and it kind of
naughty.
just merged with him.
Mm-hmm.
Bring Krampus back.
So we can bully him again?
So you can bully him to death again, yes. This time I don't have to deal with Archie. So I'll be fine, okay?
I'd say that's what you think, but yeah, dealing with Archie is definitely on another level.
Yeah, a little bit is. It was my first encounter with him, and I was like, oh, I remember why I didn't allow him in the other specials. Not anymore.
Thick boy is thick.
But,
Speaking of thick boys. Yeah.
oh,
You gotta follow up on that segue.
was there more
You
to...
can't do that
Check,
one.
please.
Check, please. Okay, what the fuck? Anyways, so we got all that information, left the area, we went home and found a lovely little scene, just a lovely little greeting just for us, which said, welcome home, with a dead body and a bunch of blood. But,
Which was very good watching it on my end.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Exciting.
Yeah.
But no, when the door opened and then it's just dead bodies, like,
Mm-hmm.
great.
Mhm.
Perfect. Great
And
for
we
the
found
wood.
out something very important. That Stavik did it.
That's
Yeah.
right. We found the murderer.
He's right here in the room.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Dottie said.
Yeah, and she later even said that it sounded like him too.
I mean, she didn't say it was Stavik. We just asked her to draw a picture, and she drew exactly Stavik.
Well, then we asked, do you know who this person is? And then she said, yes, he lives in this house.
Yeah.
He's in this room.
Like,
And
we
you gotta-
got a police sketch. We
know-
didn't just have a description.
You're like, I'm not suspicious.
I understand. I completely understand why everybody thinks it's Stavik. Even
Well,
I
that's
think
fine. We
it's
found out that it
Stavik.
could be Stavik because Stavik was hiding his face. So obviously,
Can't be
which was a thing we found out at that time too, was that Stavik was walking around with a face hiding mask,
Yes.
magically face hiding.
Very magically face hiding. Like,
Man, it would be a
really
stinker.
powerful magically face hiding mask.
Be real bad for Stavik and everybody if our killer had a face hiding mask like that.
It would in fact.
Well,
be
they
very
do.
Bad.
They do.
Yeah, they definitely do. And it's weird because I only know of one person with one. Because like you
Who also wears the
they're
robes?
pretty expensive.
Yeah, same exact robes and everything.
Clatter, 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 clatter.
Metal armor that can't be seen in
Lot
the
of cloth.
moonlight, but the
Yep.
moonlight's bright enough to see blood on hands, so you know.
Mm-hmm.
What can you
That's
say?
all right because Stavik stuck
Alright.
with us for the rest of the campaign. Never did anything
Aren't I just
to
the Dickens?
put suspicion on himself
Don't get a Dickens one.
ever again.
Anyways. so-
Wow.
I mean, pick
Yeah,
a
Please,
hole.
indeed.
Also, if I recall, last session we learned about Stavik's wife's name. What was her name again?
Oh,
Ida.
no.
Eat a dick. Did it again.
You waited. And you got it.
Ah, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Are you happy? Are you
How
proud
does
of
that make
yourself?
you feel?
And a
Yeah,
left
feel
lung,
good.
and a right lung, and a kidney, and a
And
lower
shake
intestine,
it
and
all
upper
about.
intestine. Do the hokey pokey, and you spin yourself around like my stomach.
That's
Damn it.
what it's all
Yeah, okay,
about.
are you guys ready for the next time like Stavik pretends to blend in and eat something and you hear like a splorch? We're like, what the fuck was that? And he's like, oh, it must have landed on my organs.
Yeah. I've been mysteriously getting these organs
I
somehow.
wonder where they're coming from.
Don't know where they're coming
Right.
from. They just sort of show up in there.
No, he's going to tell us that in 5 sessions.
Yeah, you're right.
It's like, oh yeah, I've been experiencing organs randomly growing in me, but I don't think it's anything important.
Don't worry,
Okay,
I've
yeah.
been
I can
throwing them
tell
out.
you-
That's all right.
Don't worry,
I
I
don't
get
think
rid
they're
of them.
related to the organs I'm collecting.
I can
I've
tell
been
you
getting
with
rid of them.
absolute
I've been just
certainty,
kidding.
I have not
100%
been
what he would
informed
do.
about any sort of fucking organs.
Shane, that is the most accurate thing I've heard
Right?
ever. Thank you.
Right? Just saying.
Cheaters.
Yeah, somebody
I
gave me
love
these
you, Screwy.
buckets of organs.
I just
Yeah.
get rid
So
of
I
them.
got rid of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They kept interrupting my my bone bucket.
God isn't real. Art is a lie. All right. So.
Not first topic.
Well, starting right into this current session of episode 16, we start with Xander leaving to go and have a time with Detlef.
Oh boy, did I have a time.
You sure did. I loved that part of the session, to be honest. It was so enjoyable to listen to. It was very curious, a lot of interesting things like poems and talking about the disciples of Owen, specifically of Luciana, clay sculpting of birds and hats and Xander and
the dagger.
And the dagger.
What dagger are you talking about?
Holding a dagger and the very book that he's not allowed to read for some reason.
Yeah, very strange.
Weird choice for Detlef, I'm gonna say. It's just weird.
I can't help but imagine that the statue as like a fucking Super Smash Brothers trophy of Xander.
Oh God.
Also, not to
Does
like.
it mean he was beat up
maybe.
by a bad guy and turned into a little statue? Okay.
Giant
I mean
hand.
that's definitely plausible in the list of like my Xander backstory theories. Master Hand did it.
No, see, Detlef is Master Hand.
Yeah, that's exactly though.
That's what I'm hoping.
But also, not to encourage repackaging a gift, but you should totally give the statue to Clara to apologize for her. Be like, sorry, I came off as creepy. Here's a perfect replica of me to watch you.
Sleep next to
And then say, it's to watch over you, and then wink.
I mean, the last time I told her that I had a gift for her and I wanted to watch over her, she didn't take it really well, so I feel like that wouldn't be a good move.
Speaking of all of this stuff about Detlef, does anyone have any theory or if anyone wants to ask me, like, what do they think Detlef is?
It's a dragon.
My theory is he's incredibly kissable.
He's a fucking librarian. What do you mean?
One of the answers given just now was correct.
Great.
He's my dad figure.
Are you saying he's not a librarian?
He's my trauma dad.
No, Grem was the only correct one.
Oh, darn.
Detlef is a librarian.
Trauma
That's what he
dad?
is.
Trauma
He's a
dad.
librarian.
Is that
A
not
librarian
included?
wears many hats.
Beardy, can
Trauma
you not
dad is
hear
one
me?
of them.
Okay.
Does that mean he's a bird?
With a hat? Or
Does like
several?
wearing hats.
Also,
Several. No, that guy's
topic
gone.
of this scene.
Several's dead.
Is he
gotta-
technically alive?
Several's been dead for forever. I mean, they're all dead.
Several?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Several died a long
Detlef.
time
He's
ago.
talking about Detlef.
Oh.
Oh.
No.
Detlef makes
Detlef.
me feel alive.
Yeah.
It's true.
Okay.
Why?
While we're on the topic of this conversation, I gotta say, big missed opportunity I feel by Xander when Detlef was explaining how to make clay and stuff, or to be like, "Oh, I've got something soft and malleable for you that hardens when you apply a correct amount of heat."
There's an implication there that that there's like a soft point at the beginning that I don't appreciate and that is untrue. So
Yeah, I know.
Just saying.
Just being in Detlef's presence.
yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. This is where we're at.
All right, let
That's what
me
they call
take it back a step
firmaments.
then. What I meant was you missed the chance to say you depicted me with the wrong knife.
now.
I was a little distracted by learning that that was apparently the weapon that Owen's mortal vessel wielded.
Yep. Yep.
And he
That
stabbed you
was,
with it.
that was Owen's dagger. He had
Great.
that for a while. Actually, that was the last living incarnation of Owen. Carried that as his primary melee weapon.
Wow.
Who's the last
Yeah.
one?
I don't want to talk about it yet.
Okay.
It's going to come up in the campaign, and it's going to be a big part of this game.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, and none of your business. It worked better.
You got it. You did it. Points.
Points.
Yeah. That was a part of the conversation that was interesting. Talked about Louis' story and how coincidences don't exist, whatever that means.
Got some tabloids.
Yeah.
Oh, we ate
Yep.
together.
Yeah. And you felt really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Until he started shading blood furiously. Wait, no, that was not.
No, that did not happen. He did fire Xander's clay though.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't
And
be
also
changed.
finish the statue.
Yep.
True.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Also, when I'm thinking about the bird, I'm thinking about the familiars that Marcel made in Delicious in Dungeon.
Oh, yeah.
Skyfish, greatest champion ever. Taken from us too soon.
Well, nonetheless, a lot of interesting things were sort of spoken of, and Xander spoke a poem to Detlef, which I thought was really, really good, to be honest.
Thank you. It's very rough, and the second poem that I wrote for today is much better, but that one did not get to be shared
Likely
because of
story.
circumstances. I'll post it right now. I'll send it to
You're
Beardy
gonna
right now.
you're gonna post it right now. You're gonna blow your good one right now when we got a competition.
You're gonna blow
coming
your
up?
fucking load?
Yeah.
You could read it.
Do you
on
know
Checkpoint
anything
if you
about
want.
Xander?
Oh,
Xander
no.
has no problem with that.
Okay.
With blowing his load. I know.
There you go, Beardy. Oh, let me.
Yeah, look at all that.
Here we go. There we go.
Yeah, that's a poem.
Well, nonetheless, we switched the camera over to the
Well.
same. Oh,
No, we also had the 2 books though that Xander got.
Yes.
So we got the tabloids, and you also got the cult manual.
Cult manual. Mm-hmm.
So in there, we did learn about the multiple different factions of within
Mm-hmm.
the Owen religion.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We've got the Circle, the Death Whisper cult, and then we've got the Disciples.
the disciples, which is spicy.
Now, since it's me and I only care about one thing that's on my mind at all times, is the Maleficent cult in that book?
No,
Okay, because they're not strictly like hugely magical based.
no,
So I was
yeah,
like,
this isn't really for that. This is like an arcane cult sort of thing. So people that delve into forbidden magics, things of that nature. Now, not that the Maleficents don't use forbidden magic; they just use forbidden divine magic. So
Mhm.
you know, slightly
Nah,
different.
they're just on the level. They're good beans. Never did a bad thing in their existence.
Never.
Yeah. I mean,
Not like
Good
those
bees.
bastard Edenites.
Yeah,
it's
really.
all about intent. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we moved the camera back over to the office where, around the same time that Xander started his conversation with Detlef, Lorenzo and Isabella appeared to visit
I love them.
for the evening. So Valentino
Hell
took
yeah.
Isabella around for a tour, and Louis spoke to Lorenzo about his father's dead body.
And being gay.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They
Yep,
had
being
the
gay.
least awkward conversation any humans have ever had. It went.
Yeah.
It was smooth like
On
a set of
opposite day.
stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, I got to play as Isabella, which is one of my favorite NPCs ever. So
I adore
it
her.
worked out. She's great.
I die,
I'm
Too
glad-
I'd
pure
die
for this
her.
world.
I'm glad she left the building so happy.
I can't handle being around her because I'm just like my
Anything
character's
could
a
break
corrupting
her.
influence. Yeah, anything can break her.
Yeah. Yeah. She is the sensitive artist.
Also, the
Yeah.
fact that what was it, Valentino said, "Whatever, it's a bug." I'm like, if Vera was here,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'd be your ass right there.
Scythed. Like Karis.
I
Yep.
fucking seize every opportunity I have.
oh for
to
sure.
fucking- to call this shit butts.
Now that I can't correct you in character,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I just get to hear about it later.
yeah, right now, right fucking now.
Butterflies are bugs. I can turn it on.
This fucking Lepidoptera, the same as a fucking
You're
moth.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm. Exactly.
Mhm.
Which is part of Xander's point. Part of Xander's point.
Yeah, they're just hobo butterflies.
They're like literally, they're these two images are the same.
Yeah, they're both big weird bugs. Whatever.
Yeah, just one's big weird bug daytime, one's big weird bug nighttime.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Also, some moths are fucking beautiful. Luna
That's
moth.
true.
Yes.
Yes, everyone loves a Luna moth.
Silk moths.
Mm.
Yeah. Everybody
Mm.
loves a Luna moth. They were thick where I was from. They were great. They would grow
Mhm.
fucking huge
Thick.
too.
I think
Yeah.
almost all Luna moths grow
They are.
huge. They're just large,
Yeah.
And they have no
Big.
mouths
so they
That's 'cause
cannot
they're
scream.
not actually moths, they're actually tiny dogs.
because they have no mouths.
No, because that's why they're big.
Oh,
The-
okay.
The no
okay,
mouth
just
thing is
clarifying.
it's just a quirk of evolution.
Hey guys,
Gotcha.
see this dog I got?
No.
It's on
I
a
fucking-
really tiny leash.
Fucking-
It's like fishing line.
Every time I see a fuzzy moth, I think about the session we played with you, Grem. The
There
2DM.
was a small session we played together as a group before Shane joined us, which had Xeno using a Beetlejuice-esque voice and got a giant moth as a pet
It was
and called it a
adorable.
dog, just so
That's
that the
good.
audience knows what you're talking about.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Great, thank you. I also didn't know, so that was helpful.
Yes. References are interesting, especially when you do not know them. But
Speaking of references, that art that Louis showed was very interesting. There are lots of cool pictures, like the willow tree that had 3 forks instead of 2.
I don't know what that bitch is talking about, because, like, I'm like, this is a charcoal drawing, girl. Like, I can show you
Yeah.
guys as players these drawings, and I'm like,
They're real?
My favorite one was
Yes, they're
Bro's
real. I've
stupid
been
face.
making
Are
art
Isabella's
for
real, Beardy?
Yeah.
Do you draw them without the clothes on first?
Mid-Journey.
Poor birds.
Well, yeah. Oh, quick! I gotta boot up my AI art generator
Oh my
and
God.
quickly start shitting out naked pictures of elves.
What the fuck is wrong with
the
you?
next prompt is that, but with clothes on.
Oh, Isabella.
Right, and then just go over and like, all right, now mask layer, edit, prompt, clothes, build, done. All right, part picture finished.
Still
Wow,
light
I am
up
an
on all
artist.
I love these arts.
Yes.
Also, I just want to say, that's literally a moth on Xander's nose. It's literally a moth.
That looks like a monarch butterfly.
Yeah, it's like a moth.
You can tell from
No,
the
it's
spots
just-
on the ends of the wings.
But it's like glowing blue, like the moth in the story.
It's okay if you don't understand it. It's okay. You don't have
I
to.
return that statement back to you.
I wrote it, bitch!
Did you?
You wrote it, but do you understand it?
Oh my god.
That was the question, indeed.
Seems kind of a condescending question. I don't know.
Mm.
It's like the person goes, excuse me, author of this book. I don't think you understand what you wrote.
So there's Jackie.
I will add,
Cactus.
part of the reason that Xander reacted that way is because Louis didn't describe it as, I was trying to make a butterfly and I made a moth. He described it as, I made a moth and that was wrong, so I crushed it and then created a butterfly, which is
Yeah.
better. And so that's a very
That's what
different
I-
statement that I was trying to make a
Mhm,
butterfly
mhm.
and I made a
That's
moth
fair.
instead, so I fixed
Yeah.
it. So that's a
So I
completely
fixed
different
it.
story.
I fixed this
Yeah.
moth because it
The
wasn't right.
version that Xander got was literally like the opposite of the meaning of the story
Yeah,
in his
where it was like
interpretation. Yeah.
right, where it's like a butterfly that like accepts that it's a moth, kind of a thing. Or rather, it's a. I guess
It was
it'd be-
originally
but
a moth,
but it
but
was a moth
changes
that
into
thought it
something
was a
else.
butterfly, but then accepted that it was a moth by the end.
There's a moth that knew it was a moth, but was lying about it because it didn't like that it was a moth.
And then accepted
and then
itself
became
after.
something else.
Yeah.
hmm
Okay.
So Xander was like, this seems like the opposite of your story. And then Louis later was like, oh, I was creating a butterfly instead.
So
And
what
Xander
you're
was
saying
like,
is,
"Oh, okay."
Louis' magic should be all moths all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
it's real.
moth
Would
It's a
you
magic.
reflection
say-
of the self.
Would you say that he mothballed the original spell?
You lose a hero point for that.
Okay.
We don't have hero points.
We don't
I
have
know.
hero points.
I know.
Well, I didn't have one, but now I lost it anyway.
-1.
I'm a void of hero points.
Now I get to choose one of your rolls and make you re-roll it.
Incredible. I did like
Nah,
the
I'm not doing
piano
that.
session between Louis and Isabella. That was really cute.
Yeah.
Does Louis have points in piano?
Do you have? I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna answer that.
Don't worry about it.
I'm worried about because doing
Why?
that is fucking hard.
I mean, I can't do it.
What Louis did.
That's a really suspicious way to answer that question. I just want to like point that out.
He
Like-
knows how to play the piano.
What a nerd.
Oh, best friend's a
Yeah,
librarian
Louis
and
not a
plays the
nerd.
piano. Holy shit!
No, Louis
nerd,
not a nerd.
nerd.
He's a total jock.
Okay, just want to point out, Louis is absolutely a nerd, but those aren't the reasons why he's a nerd. Those are true, and he's a nerd, but those are separate issues.
Oh boy.
He's a nerd because he throws out geology facts.
Geology is cool.
Actually, no, that's something else. But
He's a jock though because he drinks meat.
It's true.
we all drink meat. He just happens to like it a lot.
Well, no,
helps calm him
alcohol's
down before
alcohol's
bed.
vegetables.
No, we're talking milk.
Or I understand. I'm just saying you said we all drink meat, but most people drink
Oh.
alcohol, which is
You're right.
is vegetables.
Is vegetables. True.
But Louis drinks that straight meat. Sometimes adds meat to his meat, I assume.
Yeah.
So I realized that Louis didn't even go into the whole fruit fiasco that is describing fruit,
No.
but
Yeah,
also
fruit's not real.
but also grain. Almost every grain is a fruit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the fruit with the seed inside. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just all
So
different
which
parts
is-
of the plant.
Which is why when I had the whole like Bastion's understanding of dietary like the entire idea of nutrition, I was like, you know what? Like I just made this the most reductive possible view.
But it's kind of right.
But that,
I mean, like, I get it.
after it's
right?
all said and done, I'm like, you know what? Like, I kind of get where he's coming from. Like, I kind of argued myself into agreeing with Bastion by the end of that session. I was
Like,
I don't
that's
agree with
cursed.
Bastion, and I'm not, and I will never say it in character. But if we want to know behind the scenes, Valentino's mind was blown a little bit. He was like, "Holy shit, you're right. I can just have
Yeah.
meat all the time. I can
No.
use this excuse to eat meat and drink ale always."
yeah.
I mean, don't get me started on the grain lobby and the bottom of the food pyramid.
Oh, dude.
Oh, no. It's a
whole
plate
thing.
now.
Holy shit. Yeah, they,
You're
they
right, it
changed
is a
but
plate.
still. But yeah,
Mhm.
like, I just think it's amazing that like his view is incredibly reductive. It's like, okay, everything is binary, right? It's either
Beans, bacon,
plant
whiskey, and lard.
or animal. And if it's animal, it's meat, and if it's plant, it's vegetable, and that's it.
Yeah.
I
it's
think.
just-
What if
I
it's
mean,
an
mushrooms
animal and a
really do
plant?
throw it into a fucking.
What?
What if it's an
Mushrooms
animal
really
and a
throw that,
plant?
of course.
No, vegetable, real easy. He doesn't
So
like
like,
he doesn't
Mushrooms are-
distinguish.
Yeah,
He
I
doesn't
get that,
care.
but he's wrong.
Yes, obviously.
So wait, so
But-
mushroom is the one that you draw the line at?
Yeah, the mushroom is like it's not
What
a plant, or it's not plant matter. It's not animal matter. It's neither. It's a
What a-
matter.
What about honey?
Honey
That's
is
the one
I
that's
mean,
an
I-
extant
I
form of
fucking-
life.
Look, I was pretty clear on my stance on that one too. But the thing is, there is meat honey, so that like popped in my head, and I was like, shit.
No,
Well,
I thought that was blood honey.
whatever.
Meat honey.
Blunny.
Blood honey. Yeah.
Same.
Bloody.
They call it blood honey because that sounds more fucking dope and edgy.
Yeah.
Meat honey
So-
sounds like
Meat
Yeah, like-
honey sounds sexual in nature.
yeah. Well, I
It
was gonna
does sound
say-
sexual,
It
and that's
sounds
not.
like
Give
a
him the old
really
meat
fucking
honey.
Awkward name for a prostitute. Like, oh, you just see a meat honey the other night? Is that what you did?
Oh my god.
Nice.
Ah.
That is cursed.
Anyway, it is cursed. Well done. So yeah, I think that his incredibly reductive view of nutrition was at first laughable in my brain, but then he ended up convincing me as I was role playing him. He convinced me. So like, I kind of hate it.
Like I don't
That is also
even.
cursed.
I can't even say completely that I'm upset with him calling cheese meat
Yeah, because like
because
it
it's
is.
savory and like wonderful.
It's
I don't know.
it's an. I
Calling
mean,
milk
he,
meat though is fucking just
That
gross
is
to
just
think about.
disgusting. But on the other hand, I can't say he's completely wrong.
I hate this.
Yeah,
so
it's not-
I'm sorry that I accidentally created a really stupid way of looking at food. Bless him. He's the smartest idiot I've ever played.
What would he call water? Anything?
Oh, water's
water.
just water. Like nobody drinks.
Water doesn't
like, you don't-
count.
Water doesn't count. That's not food.
You just
Oh, yeah,
drink whiskey.
My dad didn't drink water ever.
And of course alcohol is all plant. That's all vegetables.
So, yeah.
But yeah, no, he doesn't.
But
So in his
happened with bacon?
argument, water just isn't food.
And now we know why Louis left the conversation.
What happens to his brain when he encounters cream liqueur?
What?
Like, what happens when he encounters like Bailey's?
Oh,
It's just
it's
meat
like
with vegetables on it.
yeah, they just you just mix it together. Like
Yeah,
that doesn't.
it's a blend.
Yeah, it's both. It's a mix
It's a
of
mixed
meat
drink.
and vegetables. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like having a
So
sandwich.
it's the same thing as a Bloody Mary. Every the full thing.
Yeah. It's meat and vegetables together.
In other words, a meal.
It's like, oh, I got us both meat drinks. It's like, you got me a Bloody Mary and you got yourself some fucking rum chata. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, they both got meat in them.
Yeah. Meat and veg. What do you want? It's a meal. So anyway, what happens next, Kenny?
Louis left and talked to Xander and got like major RSD because of his disagreement with his story.
Also because you keep on apologizing to Xander.
He was having a bad moment and feeling bad, and he says, "I'm
That's
sorry"
right.
when he feel bad.
Right, 'cause
Okay.
you murdered a moth in front of.
It was just
Isabella.
magic. Oh my god.
Just
Oh
magic.
my god, it's
I still just love how she was like, "Oh God, I'm sorry, I did something wrong." And Louis was like, "No, you didn't do anything wrong." He's like, "Xander, I did something wrong."
Well,
I'm
she
sorry."
actually left like very upset though. He did
I mean,
do
she
something
did.
He was
wrong
pretty
to
upset
her.
too.
Xander doesn't understand the story.
But hey, it sounds like
I see.
Valentino's going to be able to see the studio.
That's true. Good for you,
Wait,
Valentino.
Which one though?
hoping... What?
Well, she has like a separate
Which one?
studio as well. The gallery one that Xander found out while talking
Oh.
to Detlef.
Yeah, but I assume she's talking about her studio, like in her room.
Or house.
Yes.
Maybe she has multiple.
Who knows?
Maybe she's
we'll find
rich.
out.
Mm-hmm.
She is rich.
But I am hoping to see potentially some more clairvoyance, creepy stuff. So
You can just ask me for that anytime. I got you.
Alexander, can you really freak me out, please?
Yeah, anytime, anytime.
I need to take a good
At
nap.
will.
Freak me out.
Oh, that reminds me. It's winding back a little bit, but I do love that Louis. I was jokingly going to mention. I love that Louis legitimately offered for Lorenzo to talk to his dead dad.
I mean, why not, right?
It's like,
It's
well, hey,
also-
if the conversation you wanted to have was mostly questions coming from you that he has to answer, then yeah, I can do that.
I
So
thought
I-
Louis. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just going to say that Louis hasn't obviously seen the bodies because he can't see the bodies, but it's also just like funny to consider because Antonio Dupree's like head is caved in.
Louis
So
has no
it would just be
idea.
like a terrible experience even if you wanted to do that.
Well, I thought that you suggested talk with spirit, or whatever. I thought that was the words.
I don't think he mentioned his spell specifically.
Okay.
It seemed like he was talking about Speak with Dead.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
Okay.
Louis said it acted differently than how it should normally. So, but oh well, it doesn't matter. It's fine. But Louis was just suggesting it because he's like, if you have like a burning question that you need before like,
Oh, I get it.
So you
He's
can
a sweet
rest.
being with good intentions in his heart. I just think that as a rule, you don't cast Speak with Dead on your loved ones. It does not go the way you're gonna think it's gonna go.
well, he's
And you
coming
always
from a
sense
very
motive.
different place.
Hmm.
I don't know. It helped Petravian.
He didn't sense motive.
Correct. That's why it worked for Petravian.
You're right. You're
Yep.
right.
Yep.
When you don't vibe check, it's
Correct. Works 80% of the time, 100% of the time.
I mean, yeah, Petravian didn't have to roll shit if he had just asked his parents directly if they were Nazis.
Oh my god.
Yikes.
Mm.
Yikes.
But Louis was able to pour Lorenzo a drink.
Shocking.
Everything was fine. Nothing bad has happened. It's great.
Nobody,
Yeah.
got a little bit of alcohol on their finger and then wanted to taste it.
Accidentally licked it.
Yeah.
Not
Definitely
Yeah,
doesn't
sometimes your
happen.
finger just ends up in your mouth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, you're talking and your mouth is next to your hand and your hand's next to mouth and you're just like, that tastes funny.
It's like the second time today, too.
Well, he didn't taste
Not
it the
sure.
first time when
Yeah,
Bastion.
you just sniffed it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he just sniffed the alcohol.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I'm watching you.
It's there. It's there constantly right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like their conversation went well.
Yeah.
Lorenzo revealed that he was gay, and I apparently fooled Beardy into thinking that Keni did not understand that Lorenzo was gay.
It was very funny.
Louis' blankness enough has fooled
You did
people
a
into
great
thinking it was me.
performance.
Just like, okay. Whatever. So you
You're
didn't
not
like her.
special because you're gay. So we're like half of the group,
My entire
plus the other half.
group
Literally,
is gay.
all of them are gay.
They're
so
all
what?
gay other than Stavik, probably, and maybe Zulin. But
He's a
Zulin's
bow.
gay
Doesn't matter.
in the sense that he's arrow ace.
Zulin's gay for science.
Mm,
Mhm.
like Moo.
Science is gay if you think about it.
Science is
Yes.
very gay.
Oh, Levesque can
Yeah.
attest. Science is extremely gay.
To
Yeah.
transform into something that's like to improve, move forward. Ugh, progress.
Incredibly
Progress.
gay.
Pretty
Yeah.
fucking gay.
Incredibly gay. Gay, homosexual, gay.
Mm-hmm,
Happy
Indeed.
Pride Month, everybody.
Happy Pride Month, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. But moving back in time, Louis and Xander had a conversation. Louis was feeling bad. The moth and butterfly disagreement. What are your thoughts? Shame.
I have lots of thoughts about that situation. Most of which I won't share here, but my first thought is that I think that most of that conversation was a miscommunication.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because literally the way that Louis described it was, as Shane had said, oh, I made a moth. I didn't like that, so I made it a butterfly.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Which might be true. Like, that could still be true. But then he clarified later that he was trying to make a butterfly, and then Xander was like, perhaps your magic was just making what it saw. Maybe that's
Then
just
my
the way your
magic is
works. You
rude.
said it doesn't control it. Well, maybe you should just like butterflies and moths. Or maybe you should appreciate moths more, is what Xander was saying. But I
Yeah, maybe
understand
she's
why
rude.
Louis did not take it well. I completely understand why Louis didn't take it well. But Xander, with the information that he had, was like, that was something.
We need to understand the real guilty party here that we should all be upset at. Isabella.
Why?
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
How dare
No.
she?
Fuck that bitch.
How
I
dare
think-
she?
No.
I thought you were going to say Tessa, to be honest.
She's dead. She can't hurt
Yeah.
us
She
anymore.
can't hurt you.
Wonderful.
Yeah, but her
Well,
death
that's
was the
actually not
domino that
true.
set this misery in motion.
It's true. It's true. It's true. She's
Stavik is
responsible
dead,
for all this.
and he is
Mhm.
still doing things.
He's still hurting
Maybe
people to this
Tessa-
day.
Yeah, exactly.
Mostly dead.
So
Is it
what
me?
if killer is Tessa?
No.
Please,
No.
please no,
She
because
killed herself, then came to Luciana, killed a bunch of other people.
My-
She was mad about it.
my only solace is knowing that Tessa is swirling in a maelstrom hell right now.
Wow.
No.
That's what keeps you
That-
going every day.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have happened. She wouldn't go there. She'd be better. She'd be better. She'd just skip over the maelstrom
Is
completely.
that right? Go directly to hell?
Also, I know that it can't be Tessa because Tessa would completely stumble over her words when saying welcome home, and there would be like a really, really, really bad stutter there. So it can't be Tessa.
It's welcome, and it's spelled like WELCUM, and then there's a line of blood through it. It's like smeared, and then spelled like again
Oh.
wrong, but with it because there's no E at the end, but it just left that way.
Though if you think about it, Tessa's kind of a noble too, you know?
or at least related to maybe one.
I mean, she's married to a noble.
Married, yeah.
So she's like Lady Kasara.
Yeah.
Strange.
She's saying that, but yeah, exactly. That's my theory. Lady Sarah's next.
Can she sing though?
I mean, who knows? She
Okay,
hasn't
okay,
sung.
okay.
If she can't, then she's screwed.
This is crazy, but like, what if next episode of Check Please was a musical episode?
No.
A musical
No.
murder episode.
We can't. We don't have the budget.
Damn.
I can't write all of that. I would need us
Unless
to
you
play
wanna
out
do
the entire session beforehand, and then I would have to write music for
Yes.
it. Okay.
Unless you like, the only way we could do this would be the only way we could afford to do this is if we used shitty AI generated songs, and I
Oh,
don't want
no.
to do that.
Absolutely not.
I don't want to do that.
Okay.
The week after.
But I think, yeah, exactly. A musical episode would definitely save all of Luciana and catch the murderer.
Tell you what, maybe we'll do a musical episode next campaign.
Ooh.
Mostly
that
because
would
I
make
want to
sense.
hear Quill sing.
You can ask him to sing at any time. Gabe would be in for singing, though. Definitely would like that.
Hmm.
Yeah. So maybe we'll do a musical episode next campaign.
All right, what happened next?
We went back, and the discussion on plants and meat was still happening, and then Stavik came home.
Yeah.
Screwy,
I'm so sorry.
You are.
You're
a
so good at this.
master of just saying all of the things that make you look as incriminating as humanly possible.
It's a talent.
I gotta know
It
what's
is.
going on through your head. It is a talent. It's like as a
It's
player,
really impressive,
I'm
honestly.
inclined. Not, I mean, several has put me on my toes. I've known to know that nothing's off the table.
Mhm.
But this is a slightly longer term character, so I've been under the impression that it's probably not another several situation. So most of my belief in you is from a meta standpoint, which is why I tried not to have it Valentino like unfairly reflect it. So that said,
Mhm.
with good faith, how do you fucking do it? How is it like people will be like where the hell did you disappear to? And you were like, oh, I was just going to all the places the killer goes. Well, why? Oh, I just thought it would be nice. I don't really want to talk about it.
He didn't say he didn't
You-
want to talk about it. He was just praying.
Well, sure, but he was pretty vague.
Yeah, you talk about
He was
the
just like,
vibe.
oh, it's quiet, and it's like
Were there
It
still
hasn't
dead
been.
bodies? Like,
it
what's
hasn't
going
been
on?
quiet for a while.
It's quiet now. He
But
was
the-
like,
the hottest
this
thought.
truly was. This was really truly coming from a place of not
I
even
believe you.
feigned.
That's what
Same.
gets me is that like your reasoning for doing all this stuff or the explanations you give just happen to sound really like,
It's because Stavik operates off of pure vibes.
yeah,
Like everything Stavik does is because like I felt like I should do it.
pure faith.
you
Yeah,
know?
like it was
Yeah,
Xander
yeah.
saying he's operating out of faith, and so he's like,
Yeah.
oh well, I wouldn't be the killer because I know I'm not, and it's like,
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then he
but
tries to
that's not-
explain the reasons as if they're like logic-based reasons when it's like feels a lot of the time, you know? Like I just felt like I should be with my god, so I wanted to go pray. It's like a fine explanation.
or
You know?
with, like the
Like-
book earlier when Xander
Yeah.
was vomiting out blood, and it's like, oh well, this book is relevant to me. This book that's relevant.
Yeah,
to
I care about
investigation is also relevant to me.
Mhm.
It was like, but it's also relevant to our investigation. It's also relevant to one other person that we know of.
Mhm.
I really don't have a better explanation other than it was meant to
That said, I also wanted to apologize because you did get back partway through the session just for us to fucking put you on a spit and roast you for the rest of the session.
and put you in a cage.
Like, put you in a cage at the end of it. Like, there was a part of me that was like, this is all happening because Screwy in real life couldn't make it in time to the session. And really no other reason. Like, he gave Beardy an off-the-cuff explanation as to why he felt his character would,
Mhm.
and it just happened to be the most suspicious thing he could have possibly done in that moment.
Yeah, that's true.
Couldn't have been in his room reading or something or anything.
Like,
no.
that's
I
really
had
what
just
I
put him
thought
in-
it would be.
I
He
just
could
locked
just
him in the
be
bathroom.
Standing there. He could
I
have
just
been
locked him in
standing in the hall with his arms at his side, staring at nothing. It would have been creepy, but less suspicious.
Yes, I get that in hindsight. In
2020.
hindsight, I agree. But I'm gonna still stand by it, only because it's what the character.
Yeah,
Thing.
no.
What the character would do, it's what they would do. If
It's
Stavik would
what-
do everything he can to incriminate himself up to the last minute, then who am I to say no? I mean, like, honestly, you know, if this were all scripted, this is how I feel the script would go anyway. You have to build up to the climax. Having this one person who's suspicious only works if they continually incriminate themselves. So if you were able to immediately be like, no, it couldn't be me because of X and Y, and we're like, oh yeah, then everything else we saw that implicated Stavik, there would be no tension. It would just be like,
That's
yeah,
true.
but we already know he's not, blah, blah. But as it is right now, it's like, oh shit, Stavik, what the fuck did you do?
That being
No.
said,
Yeah,
it would be hilarious if it turned out he was the killer. He's just very
Yeah.
bad at hiding himself.
You know,
I'm-
it would also be really
I'm-
funny. Yeah.
No. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's also gonna be funny if he is the killer and he just doesn't realize it, but not because he doesn't know, but because he's just interpreted the signs wrong. Where it's like exactly like we said, it was like, oh, I've got like the organs inside me, but like I don't know how those got in there. Like clearly this is unrelated to me, so like I dumped them away. And then in the end, it's like, oh yeah, I actually turned out to be the killer, but I had no idea. Like I genuinely
Whoopsies.
believed I wasn't the killer until the very last moment.
It's like, look, someone just told me these bodies need to be moved, and that didn't really, you know, I didn't want anyone else get killed, so I had to hide them.
Whoops a
I
doodle.
mean, with bodies disappearing from inside graves and all of the weird stuff that's happening, literally anything could be possible.
It's true.
Me as the player, I look at Stavik, I'm like, it's like 90% sure he's the killer.
May I ask why
Wow.
you're 90%? If you can
Yeah,
share.
you're more sure than I am.
Oh no, this
Yeah.
would just be like everything's lining up, and it's lining up that it's not gonna be him, but it's actually gonna be him. You know, it's like
That's a curse thing to say.
Also, it's interesting because that means they're gonna have to start writing up a new character real quick.
But okay, so if it is him, if it is Stavik, I'm very intrigued as the story as to how it worked that he is the killer. I'm very interested in that in hearing how that worked around. If he's not, I want to know, like, all right, who the fuck is this asshole? And why does he look like me?
You know, it'd be really funny. You're like, Stavik is the bone boy. It'd be really funny if like his meat was like, you know, like his skin and flesh was like its own separate Stavik, and it was just going around doing all the killings.
No, it
Or
has.
his actual skeleton.
No, there's
Yeah,
there's,
that's true.
there's 4 cursed Staviks of the apocalypse. There's the Bone Man, there's Nervous System Man, Muscle Man, and Skin Man.
Oh, the nervous system
My
man
favorite
would be
skin man.
scary.
No,
He's stitched
Why is there
himself
no
closed.
cardiovascular?
Yeah, so Skin Man has stitched all of his orifices closed and inflated himself up so he can still move around. And he has this
Like
It's
so
horrible
nervous
jittering
system
movement
Ned.
style. I hope that lives in your mind forever, everybody.
That's cursed.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Skin Man or Nervous System Man is worse because
Oh, nervous system man is like,
terrifying.
yeah, it just like throws
Ganglia.
long
Tendrils.
nerves at people and like tendrils of nerves and just grabs you from
But
a
there is
distance.
nerves, so whenever he touches someone with them, he's like, ah!
Yeah,
Like, grabs you and like grabs the sword and the whole like, ah!
well, he has no mouth, so it'll be just screaming
Yeah.
in his own head.
He has no
You
mouth.
got no
he must
lungs.
scream.
You can scream just fine.
yeah.
Because he's
This is
undead.
magic, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
God, that'd be amazing if it was just all in your guy's head. He's actually not making any sounds.
There's just been an inert skeleton. We've been weekend at Berniesing this whole time.
Yep.
And he is the killer.
Yes.
That is legitimately
Damn it,
terrifying.
you've solved the case. Shit.
You know, somehow that is not the most unhinged theory that I have had
Mhm.
about Check Please Campaign 2. Like, not even close.
Yeah.
It's just like two of us fucking hoisting him into an alley with the bag, throwing him, and then being like, "Oh, look at that! There's a bag! Oh, stop it! What happened? What have you
I don't know.
It'd be great if he was like one of
I
those
don't
classroom
know.
skeletons and like
Mm.
not even alive in the first
I'm
place.
very familiar with those.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's why he's like fucking Onyx.
Yeah.
I've been in the cell. I don't know what's going on. I've just been here.
Sure have, buddy. Well,
I liked the bro impersonations.
oh god.
You're welcome.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Didn't get
Yeah,
us
I'm-
anywhere
I'm-
productive though.
There
No,
was a part of me
very
that was like,
unproductive, but
do me next, but we'll get there one day.
Bro's not about productivity. He's about fun.
What? Crazy.
shocker.
I would have never
I'm the
guessed.
same way, and so was Valentino.
Well, that's pretty much the majority of the session. Does anyone have any final thoughts before we sign off for the night?
Yeah, this is a point for Beardy. So, Zulun was mostly tucked away in his lab this episode
Yes.
because he is trying to make comparisons
Mhm.
between the victim's blood, Bastion's blood, and Xander's blood.
Mhm.
So for next session, just so you have forewarning, I want to see if I can tell anything apart from any of these bloods from normal people,
Okay.
and if they're secret, you can DM them to me.
Will do.
Hmm.
Sounds great. As a last thing before we go away, I have ourselves a bingo card here.
Ooh, yes,
Hell
let's review
yeah.
bingo.
So,
Yes.
as far as I'm aware, I've gone through this, and I do not believe we achieved bingo. So,
Oh.
Shane, feel free to double check me, but I'm pretty sure at least I have 0 bingos. So,
Let's
but
see.
feel free to
I
double check me.
think that is correct.
Okay. So what I had was, we do not know how to be civil.
Mm-hmm.
The party turns on itself.
Mm-hmm.
Obligatory skeleton puns.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Boundaries are not respected.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Date with a hot NPC.
Oh yeah.
Even more birds with hat jokes. And
Yep.
discussion of fate/destiny.
Yes.
So if there were any
Indeed.
more than that you got, feel free to let me know. But that's what I got, and none of those made a bingo.
That is correct.
Alrighty. So better luck next time.
Oh, next time we're gonna do 3 bingos, so be prepared.
We'll get so many bingos. Yeah. that'd be
Okay.
good.
Let's get some
All right.
bingos,
I'm honestly
bitches.
impressed with the prediction of some of these, like the party turning on itself
Yeah.
in this session. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, we really did like pull that one out.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
did.
We're really good at
Stopping's in
doing
a
that.
cell. You did it.
Yep.
Well, then,
Manifesting.
There I will sit. Broken-hearted.
You
It
don't have a heart.
happens.
What are you talking about?
That's
Mhm.
true. That's true. You do not have
He
a heart.
took one. If he's the murderer.
Well,
Don't worry, he got rid of it later.
You're right.
nonetheless, thank you all so much for joining us tonight, and we will see you next week. Good night, everyone.